is this still on? I mean, going on? That's insane. Hello everybody. Anyway, here we are, and I think the last live stream I couldn't really cancel that. Wow, that's insane. It actually started this time. That's crazy. Sorry. The last time when I was live, I actually forgot to. Wow, got even 2 subscribers. Great. Coming back to this, let's just simply start working on this anyway. It's been a long time, and finally, I do not have any intention of learning something new. Whatever we have to work on, we already know that stuff. It's all about building the things, so let's just simply work on that. I hope I'm audible right now. We have to work on, we already know that stuff. Oh yeah, here we are. Alright then, so without any further delay, let's simply get started. Here we are, and this is the application that we were working on. Right now it just simply looks like this, and that's not good, or is it? Well, yeah, the color is not that well. I mean, it doesn't look good at all. In that case, we have canvas. The color is like this. Let me give it this color, so that it looks like this. Okay, and alrighty, things are fine. By the way, we were just simply restructuring everything, and we were somewhere here. So preview, create preview shape. But before that, just a sec. Let's name it preview shape only. So ultimately I have it inside this huge canvas drawing, and over here I'm using something called preview shape, right? So coming back to handle, point down, create preview shape. So let's go here, and this should just be create shape. On the basis of this thing, you should just simply create the shape, and then I will see how it's created. As simple as that. So create shape is done. Coming back to this one, this should be create shape, and done. So ultimately, once created the shape, we got the preview shape, and apart from this particular thing, then we are just simply rendering the shapes here. That makes sense too. And apart from this particular thing, we need to check correct it at many places. In that case, let me get rid of this, and once this is done, so what I'm actually doing, that instead of naming it create preview shape, this is gonna be create a shape. So ultimately a function that is responsible for creating a shape, that can be either preview or the normal shape, that doesn't really matter. So let me do the same thing here, and as we can see, we are actually just a minute. So it's just getting repeated over and over, mainly this particular section. So this got repeated here, and apart from this particular thing, this even got repeated somewhere here at the top. So handle pointer down, and the same thing I had to repeat here. Okay, so let's see where we can place this. Okay, it is create preview shape, that's fine, but where? And once the preview shape is created, so it is just simply saying that render preview shape. So when we mouse and pointer down happens, at that time we have to render the preview. Can it have a better name, because it's even rendering what? It's even rendering shapes. Render preview shape, it just simply gets the preview shape, and it renders the shape, right? So let's see. Creating the preview shape, rendering the all shapes in preview. Render preview isn't the best name. So What can be, for example, what does it mean? Try again. Okay, once the hook starts doing more than just one pointer tracking. From your code, the hook is responsible for handling pointer events, creating updates, rendering, managing, and all this. Some data names are huge. Not this year. Render preview. It's unable to get the right context, but never mind. Once a hook starts doing more than just drawing, the name becomes misleading. Your hook currently handles pointer events, not the hook I'm talking about. Just a minute. I'm talking about this render preview. Can it have a better name? Just a minute. Alrighty, coming back to this render preview, if you are talking about this, then render preview isn't the best name because it creates shape, renders all existing shapes, and these some better ones can be draw preview or draw preview. Nope. If emphasizing the canvas, draw canvas with the preview, redraw canvas with preview, or render shape preview. Actually, this draw shape preview, update canvas preview, draw shape preview. Creates a temporary shape, draws it on the canvas. It is used while dragging. While exactly what's the shape preview is, well, this is not what I want. Rather, what I want. Well, this is used for that only, right? Draw preview. Just a minute. So if I wanna replace this particular section, so we need the start point, end point, points, and all these things. Create shape. Once the shape is actually created, we are rendering that. The only problem is that the same logic is being repeated twice. What can be better name for a function for this? The code is doing two things: creating temporary shape image, running the canvas with the temporary image shape. That's right. Create preview shape or render shapes only describe half of the job. So the render preview shape. Okay. Render preview shape. Okay, fine. Coming back to this. At the end of the day, we are just simply rendering the preview shapes, right? Even when we are moving. That is right. So render canvas preview. Forget about this. Where to save this particular function? Render preview shape. Okay, that's what I wanted, but where to keep this function? Let's start this name. As per this one, this if I actually create a preview render, so that can be inside shapes only, right? So it could be render preview shape. So let's see. So render preview shape is tightly coupled to create shape, this and this. So I would not put it inside utils. Recommended can be inside draw. We are gonna be having render preview shape.ts. That's what I was thinking, like keeping it here. So this is gonna be render preview shapes.ts, just like this. So render, that's actually shape. So render preview shape.ts, this particular thing is done, and the whole logic I have there, render preview shape logic. So we are just simply passing CADX context, start point, end point, all the points and existing shapes, and this is how it just simply gonna be done. Okay, so let's just simply do it. Export, const, render, preview, shape. The spelling is wrong. Preview shape. This is how it's gonna be going on. It will take some parameters and all, but overall this is how it's gonna be. And if I actually go to my main use canvas drawing, so this is the logic that I want to get rid of, right? So if I come back here, paste everything here. So what all do I want? Preview shape is definitely gonna be here. Create shape can be directly imported, and we need to have a tool. We need to have start point. We need to have end point. We need to have points, and apart from this particular thing, render shapes can be easily be imported. Apart from this particular thing, we even need the existing shapes. So existing shapes, existing shape, that name is better, existing shapes. And then at the end we'll have context. So context is gonna be the first one, CDX. Alrighty, this should just simply do the job. Coming back to this, I'm not really gonna have this. The start point is here. Similarly, the end point will also be the start point. So that's okay. Let's have like this, and points are gonna be like this. Seems to be okay. Once we've done this, we have render shape over here, and let's talk about render shape, right? So render preview shape over here, it needs some parameters. First one is gonna be the context itself. Second one is gonna be the tool. That's actually gonna be selected tool, and we'll have a start point, and we'll have end point. End point is actually equivalent to start point, so we are gonna be keeping it like this. And we are gonna have existing shapes over here, and that is it, hopefully. So this will mainly be responsible for rendering the preview shapes. What's the problem here? Points is missing, so let's have the points as well. By the way, when it comes to points, so draw points ref dot current. This is how we are gonna be going ahead. So render preview shape, this will be responsible for that. And if I click on this, we are actually supposed to be having the types as well. So type, that's gonna be equivalent to render preview shape props. What is the type here? Type for this, it is just a prop, right? That can easily assign. So render preview shape props, and we'll have CTX. The type for this is gonna be what? Context, canvas context, not really this. What is the type for the context? Just a sec. Canvas render, canvas render context. Then we have tool, that can be selected, that can have tool type, and we have starting point, start point, that will be point, really? Think so, come on. And then we'll have end point, that will be point as well. The type, we have points, the type of this is gonna be point tuple, and that to array, fine. And we have existing shapes, so existing shapes, that's gonna be shape. I think existing shape is actually an array of shapes. just like this. And the prop is actually gonna be passed render preview shape props, just like this. We created a shape first of all. Now of course that's gonna be called as a preview shape, but the main function is named as create or just simply shape factory. That doesn't really matter. It just simply gets the truth. On the basis of that thing, it just simply creates the shape for all of them and just simply returns the shape, as simple as that. Coming back to this one, what else can I do? This thing is done. And if that's equals to free, even we can make it better. We will work on this definitely. And close this, come back here and create preview shape. Let's simply get rid of this. Coming back to use canvas join, so the first section is replaced. Let me copy it, and similarly I have this particular section over here, especially when the mouse move happens. So we are gonna be rendering the preview shape again, and it doesn't seem to be problematic at all. Alrighty, so the job is done, sort of. Let's see whether it's working or not. Come back here, try to draw. Well, when mouse move happens, at that time we are not able to the thing is that this time end point is actually going to be equal to end point. So ctx selected tool, start point this, and just like this. As for this one, let's name it selected tool only, so I'm gonna keep, and points are okay. This is gonna be selected tool so that it's not confusing. And what can we do? That doesn't really matter. Fine. Coming back to this one, we get the ctx tool starting point. On the basis of that thing, we just simply create the preview shape. Once that's created, we render the shape. When we render the shape, first of all we are clearing the canvas. We create an array including the shapes. Now it would be better if I just simply send the existing shapes from here to. So what's gonna be the benefit of this? That I'm gonna directly get existing shapes, and this existing shapes is gonna directly be used here. The benefit is that existing shapes tell me the region of being there. So if we have existing shapes, we have the preview shape, and the job is done. And if I actually come back here, okay, this thing is done. Let's cut this. Okay, even I have in there on canvas page. I'm not sure where that is. So probably when we are saving the text, at that time it must be. Well, that's not here. Image upload, image uploads. Okay, the error doesn't seem to be here, but it is around here. So not here, not here. So this is the lost. Okay, shapes are actually gonna be existing shapes. Render shapes are just simply gonna be rendering them. So whenever the value of the existing shape changes, it's just simply gonna be rendered. So render elements or render shapes whenever existing shapes change. So this is the first thing, and that is it. Let's see, reload the page. Yeah, fine, happy with this. This is it. Text is also there, that's fine. We can have an image. Hopefully everything's working. Yeah, let's reload the page. Great stuff. So far we've done this much. We have even separated the logic of rendering preview shapes. That's good stuff, and especially when mouse up happens, mouse up, right? So this is where we are still using create shape. That's good. So pointer up, and this is the pointer down section. Okay, we'd better just simply keep it as simple as possible. Hence I'm gonna be even further formatting it. Some suggestions were given by the AI, so let's just simply go through them step by step. So this particular section is already done. Coming back to this one, we have gone through this particular section. What were the other suggestions here apart from that previous thing? Just a sec, give me a second. Yeah, so render preview we have already gone through this particular section, so no need to worry about this. Extract a drawing tool check. So it is just simply saying that I have this kind of logic and I can actually create constants. That is right. Those constants tools with points. Okay, so let's do one thing. As my logic is like this right now, let's collapse everything, let it be here. So if I go to apps, web components and canvas, inside this I have this, and I need to have constants for what? I need to have constants for extract drawing tool check. So probably this is mainly gonna be for drawing. Okay, drawing.ts. And now what's the better name? Tools with points. Tools.ts, that's better name. And this is where I have some constants related to tools, and this is the tools with points. So let's do one thing, export const tools, I hope that's the name. Yeah, tools with points, just like this. These are gonna be the tools with the points, and at the end what I'm gonna return, I'm just simply gonna return an array, and that will have arrow. So first one is gonna be arrow, second one is gonna be line, and third one is gonna be draw or free dot, to be precise. This is it, and that's what mentioned here. We can even give it the type. So tool type of an array. So this particular thing is done. So we have this particular constant over here. What is the benefit here? That now if I go to the canvas and actually inside the canvas use upload image, we have that is mainly responsible for uploading the image. We have to go through it anyway properly, and then we have this particular section, use drawing. From here I'm getting all these things, actually. So if I click on this, and when I click the mouse, ultimately pointer down happens. At that time, this is the logic we have. What is this logic saying? If selected tool is free draw, arrow, and this, then I have to points, just simply add a point. So whenever I click somewhere, so that this point needs to be added there. So what can I say? Get rid of this, and tools if what was the logic? That's right. Tools with points dot includes, and what it includes, whatever selected point I have, selected tool I have. So if the selected tool belongs to this particular category, in that case I have to just do this. Pretty simple, does the job. We have gone through this particular section as well. Tools with points include, and that is it. That's what we are doing here. These points are related to the x and y coordinates. That simply means this is just a distance, not actual coordinates. So they are related to the starting x and y, and we can calculate the end point, but they are not the end point. This is just 0, 0 is the distance. Okay, that's it. Let's go to the next one. What is the next thing? Extract reset logic. So we are resetting it like this. So we can reset drawing state. So this should be inside a reset. Clear canvas we have. Similarly, we can have reset, that will just simply, now The question is, where should I keep this? Let me duplicate it so that I can look for the right place to keep it. Where to keep this? If I'm not wrong, when we are just actually resetting something, so resetting means that should belongs to this draw section. Shape simply that's used for creating the shapes and all. Create, render, update shape, we are just simply updating the point, so it can be either inside the shape or inside the draw. Let's see what it suggests us. So for this I would keep it inside hook component that owns those refs. Reset drawing state, start point ref and drawing points ref. We already have huge canvas, and do we have drawing points ref there? Because huge canvas drawing should contain start, drawing, everything, shouldn't that? Makes sense. Coming back to this, if I actually go to my canvas.tsx, that actually contains image input ref, text area ref, canvas ref. That's good thing, because huge canvas drawing contains what? Drawing points ref, start points ref. And now the question is, where do I have to keep it? Either I can keep it here, keeping it here in the sense whenever we are resetting the point. So reset, where are we actually doing that? So we are resetting it when the pointer up happens. Reset drawing state, this is the one. Now if we are resetting it here, so let's do one thing, create a function right here, and later we'll see where to keep it. Const reset drawing state. Okay, once we have them here, I'm just simply gonna keep both of them here, and then reset drawing state is actually gonna be used here. Alrighty, this seems to be fine. So we are setting the existing shapes whenever the pointer up happens. Even before that we are creating the shape, that's fine. End point is this, that is also fine. And that is it. As for this one, it's gonna be here. We can keep it somewhere else, but in that case we'll have to send both together as a prop. But okay, let's never mind. For now it's fine. So reset drawing state, this is great. It's gonna be inside the huge canvas drawing function itself. That's what we have. Because start and are implementation details of the drawing logic. IDLG function is actually worse because it isn't usable, and alright, yeah, it does make sense. If your hook gets bigger, you can group related refs and actions. Drawing state, clear points, recommended location, hooks, use canvas. Yeah, I've already done that anyway. So that's gonna be inside this only, because this is just a function that is used. So let's do one thing, let's can keep it here as well, not really big problem. The question is, what does this use effect does? So this sets the context ref, right? So I just simply get a context ref here. So whenever it runs for the first time, it actually gets the context ref, and yeah, sets it there. Okay, this thing we've gone through as well. What is the next optimization? The extraction final shape creation. So we are creating the preview shape, that's fine. This isn't actually preview shape anymore, so we can name it create shape. We've already done this anyway, so no problem as such. Separate text editing hook. And this is quite obvious as well. Why? Because the hook that we have, this one, This is mainly for drawing, but we have text related stuff here. That's problematic. In that case, we are gonna create one more hook here. That's gonna be use text whatever. Let's see what it suggests. Doesn't really belong to drawing, that is right. So use canvas drawing we have, use image upload we have, use text editing.ts. Let's create it. So one more we'll have it, use text editing.ts, export const function text editing, and at the end of the day we are gonna be returning. Having said that, this use text editing will actually contain many things, but for now it's just gonna contain one thing, that is use drawings, this particular state. Great. So I'm just gonna keep it here and return text editing state, set text editing state, that's gonna be returned from here. Use state is gonna be here. Okay, this is fine for now. Later on we'll have many things, because it consists of many other things as well, but as for right now this is fine. The only problem is that I'm gonna be removing it from here. It is actually being used here. So where am I using this? Text related stuff. So this is used when we click, so handle point down, and this is it. So whenever we click somewhere, pointer down happens. At that time, start point, end point, so ultimately start x and y we have, and we save the value. Great. In that case, I'll actually import it here. So what's the name of it? Set editing state, right? So set editing state, I'm just simply gonna get it, and set editing state dispatch, and now what should be the value for this? By the way, should be set state action. What should be the input type over here when it comes to the input type? So let's go to the text editing state is the input type. This actually comes from types.type. So text editing state is the type. Any problem? At least set text editing state. Set text editing state. Alrighty, this is okay right now. There are no errors as such. Now if I go to the canvas, many errors are here. First thing is that I have to const use text editing, and from here I'm gonna be importing text editing state and set text editing state. That state is going to be first of all, this is not gonna be here, and that particular state is actually going to be passed here. So set text editing state just like this. And what is the problem here? Types parameter previous to it. Okay, fine. Null is not assignable to text editing state. Null is not assignable. So if null is not assignable here, use text editing. How would we make sure that if it does exist, then that's problematic? In that case, no, that should be fine. It is just simply saying that it can receive anything text editing state that can actually be null as well. That makes sense, and we are just simply returning it from here. So canvas set text editing, where is this coming from? This is actually coming from this and this. So set text editing state, that's fine, it should not be throwing this error. I actually have to go here and make it compatible, give it the right type so it can get a null value as well, then it should be fine. Yeah, that's fine right now. So this thing we've gone through too, and there are no errors as such. What we have actually done here right now, just moving set state action there, let's see. Yeah, we are able to draw the stuff, great. So this much is done. What is the next suggestion that we have to go through? Just a sec, just a minute. Okay, let's continue. So the next thing that is what is now, we have already gone through this. Drawing becomes responsible only for pointer down, pointer up, pointer shape previews, shape preview. Okay, that's fine. I named for hooks are gonna be like this, drawings are gonna be like this. So draw will have render shapes, render preview shapes. So okay, that makes sense. Render shapes, we will use render preview shape.ts. We'll have shape, create, update, and constants. We'll have here constants. I made another file, and then that's it. So this particular thing is done, this particular thing is done. Let's come back to this one. So how many things we've gone through? The first step is done, extract logic. The second step is also done, create use canvas size, done, move pointer logic inside use canvas drawing, done, fix rendering effect. Current code is existing shape for, let's check the speed first of all, fast.com. It seems to be fine. Okay, at least it will make me just be live. Coming back to, oh shit yaar, what have I done? Let's go to the top, and where was I? One suggestion was here. Yeah, fix the rendering effect. So current code was doing like this. So whenever, okay, makes sense. So this redraws the entire canvas n times. That's right. So it is just simply telling me that use an effect that renders the shape whenever this changes. I am doing this n time. So when it comes to, look, coming back to my code here, first of all, when it comes to drawing, use drawing, so all the logic I have here. So we have pointer down in all these things. We even have what? So whenever existing shapes change, what do we do? This is what I'm doing. Render, what the hell, that was my mistake, sorry. Because in render shapes, this logic is running again, and I have to just simply remove it from here. I was running this loop for no reason. Existing shapes for each, whereas render shape does nothing but gets the existing shapes only, right? So in that case, this loop that I have on top of the main function doesn't really make any sense, and that's what it was saying, that use it directly. Why are you using the loop over there, right? Render shapes whenever existing shape change, and this particular thing is done. One thing, I have this logic here, and this is the render logic, right? And the context ref existing shapes. If I actually cut this from here, and if I go to use where is that, I'm already inside canvas, right? So use drawing, inside use drawing, if I keep this, then it works because we have existing shapes here that actually comes from there. That's fine. And ultimately this is mainly for drawing, so should be inside drawing only. And that is it. We've done that. Much more efficient. Move constants out of components, so we have max insert size and the gap. I have already kept it inside image.ts, the gap, and this create components constants.ts. That's right, that is already done. Group state into hooks. Instead of having font size, font family, line height multiplier, I can have a hook, use text settings, wow, and I can have all these states inside that, and we can just simply get them. The only problem is that there is no problem. I don't even need to worry about it because we are using Redux, right? So even though we have it right like this right now, later using Redux we are gonna be getting them. Even if we are getting them using Redux, we should make this hook. That will be much more efficient. Yeah, that's right. Let's create this one as well. Use the text settings. So if I go to hooks, text settings, use text settings. Yeah, that makes sense. Use text settings. Now this is not just text setting, right? Use properties. Let me ask AI here only, because this is just focusing on the text setting section. Rather I have to focus on the properties section side. What should be the name of the hook that contains the properties states for all the shapes? I think the name should usually be use properties, I mean the most common way. So let's see, because even though I'm gonna be using Redux later, even I have the store right now. So if I actually go to the features, actually not the store, so where is features? This is the feature, properties panel, and over here I do have it, but I don't have the properties. That's another case, but I do have the setup ready for the properties. So I'm gonna be getting them from here, but I can get only one property at a time. Hence we should yeah, let's see, we should create a hook, but let's see what it says. Avoid names like use shape, use properties. I think I should be getting them like this only. Better option, these are the default drawing properties. Use shape settings. Yeah, this makes sense. If these are the default drawing properties, then use drawing settings, shape settings, drawing settings. Any one of them is gonna be better one. Use the shape properties for use shape settings. Use the shape settings. Should I create this hook even if I am getting states from Redux store? If the source truth is already Redux, then don't create a hook just to wrap this. Really, for example, if you already have things like this, then use shape settings and then exporting doesn't add much value. That is right. A hook becomes useful when combines multiple selectors. Use shape settings. Okay, now every component doesn't need to know Redux structure. Use shape settings, app this state shape settings. settings. Now every component doesn't need to know the rest. Contain logic, dispatch, this, update, return, hides readers complexity. I don't really need to hide the readers complexity, but I would do store, and inside the component simply use app selector. Inside the component simply use yeah, that makes sense. Select properties. I will not create a use shape settings yet. Select properties is gonna be just help me select all the properties. So that's actually, this is what is this called, I forgot the name, selector in Redux. So we can use this and the job will be done. So we can actually later create a selector over here. The selector is gonna be sort of export const select properties, just like what is this spelling, properties, and come on, select properties, just like this, and we'll have state, that's actually gonna be root state, and that's gonna return what, state dot properties. I think this hasn't been even added there, but properties, this is how it's, spelling is wrong, yeah. So this is how we can have something later, and we will be able to get all the properties. The good thing is this, but this is something that will be done later. Let's not worry about this. So close this. Hopefully everything's drawable right now. Yeah. What's the next thing that we have to do? We have gone through almost everything. Let's close everything. Now I'm gonna take the help of AI again and get my code checked, because I want to make my code as simple as it can ever be. So my main canvas, not this here, this is just the page. Where is the component? This is the component, this is the canvas section, and this is the canvas.tsx. Right now canvas.tsx actually looks like this. Apart from this particular thing, we have these states. Let's work on we are never gonna be setting them. Never mind. Let it then be here. Scale, offset. We have pan offset here itself. Scale here, scale offset. That makes sense as well. They are just the properties. Existing shapes. Canvas ref, text area ref, input ref, and this is how this simply goes. Few things can be better here. First of all, this handle image input change. I'm using already a hook here for that. Then save text shape. This can definitely be better. This can be inside the text. Handle key down. Handle parent pointer down. This is okay. And then we have this use effect. Adjust width and height of the text area. So this whole thing, this can actually be inside use text editing, and now of course I'm gonna get many errors, and text area ref is not here, canvas ref is needed, font sizes and all these things are needed here. And what it does that it text area style, it just simply, let's see, take the help of first of all ask AI what can be improved, and then I work on it. Just a minute. Coming back to this, the whole code I'm gonna give. How can I make it better? The simple question. One more chat. How can it be even structured better? Your own is already moving in the right direction because you instructed use canvas size, canvas drawing image, and this. The next step is reducing the amount of the state and business logic. Move shape state into dedicated hook. Existing shapes. This state is becoming the source of truth for your editor. That is right. So use shapes.ts. So what In future, not now. Right now I have only one feature, that is I'm just simply adding the shape, right? In future what will happen, that I will update the shape as well. Updating in the sense moving the shape here and there using the ID, and I will provide the updates here. That makes sense. I will even delete it. In that case this gets extremely important. So at least right now forget about others like updating the shape and all, but right now I can have this logic. And ultimately it gets the shape, updates the shape, and returns the shapes and the shapes. Okay, shapes are the combination of each. That makes sense. Let's do it. I mean, this is not needed now, but definitely in the future we'll need it. So we have these hooks. We are gonna be creating one more. That's gonna be use shapes.ts. I hope that's the right name here. Yeah. Now what's it? It's gonna be like export default. They're just simply exporting it like this. As for me, default export. What else? Function use shapes. It will get the shape. Shape is gonna have shape type. Now it will have many things. Const add shape, and this add shape is just gonna simply add the shape. Having said that, the top level doesn't need to have this, rather this needs to have. So when we are adding the shape, before even that we need to have const shapes set shapes use state shapes. That's gonna be an array, and type is gonna be shapes array. Simple. Coming back to this, what const or not const set shapes. Excuse me, I'm gonna be getting here previous values, and once I have the previous value, just simply destructure them, get the shape. The job is done. At the end, export add a shape. That's return actually. That's actually gonna be returned from here. Right now we have only one, but later const we'll have update shape. Now how that's gonna be updated, I'll see later. Const we will have delete shape. So these are the things, these are the two things that we are gonna be needing later, but as for right now we just need this much. Now when it comes to update shape, so let's think about it. Even if some time in future, of course, we are gonna be updating it. Updating in the sense we need to do what? When it comes to updating it, so we have to change the coordinates really quickly. So at the end of the day, we need to have the ID. That's gonna be nothing but a string, and we need to have a new shape, call it anything, and that's gonna have the shape type, and that needs to be updated. And when it comes to delete, so we just need to get the ID, and then it needs to be deleted. Let's see what it says here. Updates partial of shape, partial shape updates we have here. So what it actually does, that we get the previous value, then we map, then after mapping we check the ID, shape.id, shape previous value shape.id, and this ID comes from here. This is the one. If that is so, then the updates are actually gonna be here. So it's not like we are gonna be sending everything, rather we will only send the updates. And when it comes to sending the updates, that simply means the value of x and y. Remaining things are gonna be there. That's actually a good thing. And shape.id, so dot shape, we are destructuring it, both of them are gonna be combined, and that is it. When it comes to deleting, so we are just simply filtering them. So let's add this logic as well. Here I thought that of course you can return the whole shape, but what is the returning of the whole shape if that is already saved here, right? So just simply return the updates. That also makes sense, like we will only return the updates, but that updates is gonna be partial. What is the partial here? With partial here, and it will have shape. If I'm not wrong, it just simply says that any property, make all properties in the optional. That's as simple as that. So it's not like all the properties need to be here. Coming back to the logic stuff, so it's pretty simple. When we are updating it, so we have to shape the shapes, of course, when we are setting the shapes. So at that time we'll have the previous shapes. Once we have the previous shapes, so what do we have to do? We have to map through them and change a particular shape as per the need. So previous dot map, at the end I'm gonna get a shape here. Once we get the shape, now we'll check if shape dot id triple equals to the id that I get over here. In that case, shape is what? Shape is what? Is an object. Yeah, that's an object. So I'm gonna be rendering destructuring the shape, as well as the destructuring the updates over here. Otherwise the shape is actually gonna be returned, no problem as such with that. Why am I getting the 0? The shape I'm getting, there should definitely be this should be right. So I got the previous. It wasn't problematic till here. If I return just set the shapes, we are getting the previous values, we are just simply mapping, and when I'm mapping I'm getting the shapes. Once I got the shape, then whatever I returned from here, that will become the new shape, hence that's gonna be returned from here. So shape dot id, that's triple equals to the id, hence destructuring the shape object and destructuring the updates that I had, and at the end returning the shape. What is the problem? Circle is not assignable to type arrow, the type issue. Why is this type issue? Types of property are incompatible. Arrow circle is not assignable to type arrow. Circle is not assignable to type arrow. Arrow circle, point versus coordinates. Now good stuff. That simply means even if I copy this, it will be problematic. Will it be problematic? Yeah, it will be problematic, because the main problem is not in the logic. The logic written by me, that's exactly the same. The main problem is the type. Now the question is why? I have all the shapes. I got a new shape with the id shape can be any, and if that can be any shape, that will be problematic. Yeah, the types of the shape is actually the problematic thing here. So what can we do now? Probably at that time we even need to send the tools type, so probably tool type or shape type. Shape type when we are storing the shapes. Type, so at that time we even need to send the type. Why do we need to do it? So that we know that this particular update belongs to this particular type of shape. Good stuff. What next? After that we have to check the ID and we have to check shape dot type if that triple equals to the type sent by me. Still getting the error. I thought it would resolve the issue. The type can be anything. Oi. Okay, that's problematic. Let's do one thing. We'll figure it out when it's needed. Okay, we'll see exactly what we need to send at that time. Ultimately, what is the problem? The problem is that somehow we'll have to make sure that just a sec, tool type. So the kind of tool that I'm sending, the same kind of what type update should be here. In that case, is there any way can we derive it somehow using tool type? Using tool type deriving update shape. Yeah, the problem is that the types are like some types have some shapes have x and y coordinates, probably width and height, some have points, and because of that thing it's just simply getting problematic for the TypeScript to just simply be okay with that. Okay, never mind, we'll take care of it well later. Okay, so this much we've done. Right now we don't really need this, so we are not gonna be worried about that. Here we are. Anyway, these are the shapes. Use the shapes. Canvas. Now existing shapes that I actually have here, I'm actually gonna get rid of this and okay, once gotten rid of that, I have this at the top. Canvas, I need to have both. I need to have shapes, I need to have set shapes, use shapes. This is how it's actually gonna be, and I'm just simply gonna send this and this sorry, this probably here as well, and that simply means it needs to be changed at many places. Coming back to this one, we needed a set shapes and we needed a shapes. That's it. Shapes, shared shapes, that's gonna be the existing ones. The best thing would be to just simply look for the shapes everywhere, and once I've got the shapes, not shapes actually, existing shapes, even better, look for existing shapes, they need to be replaced with shapes. Do it. Well, that's gonna be bad. Copy shapes. Okay, this thing, existing shapes, existing shapes, existing shapes, existing shapes, just simply changing it at as many places as possible. Names should be okay. Set existing shapes here. Now only set existing shapes are remaining. Probably yeah, set existing shapes. So that's gonna be equals to shape shapes. So probably first of all I have it here. one more place, that's it. Alrighty, we've gone through everything, so sort of it's done, and we should not be getting the issues, but who knows. Aha, shapes, shapes. Now let's check the logic, check the drawing stuff. Still working, good stuff. Yeah, so this is done. What is the next thing? Close everything, go to, well, there are many things, components, divide this stuff, collapse everything, web, components, canvas, and canvas.tsx. So right now it looks like this. Let's see the suggestions. What else can we do? First of all, I actually want to move this particular section inside text, use a text, whatever, and for that thing we'll have to send the font size and all, but that's completely fine, we have to send it there. So this is the first thing that we have done, and move text settings into a hook. So the text settings that we have, use text properties, I don't need to do that, I'm not gonna do that anyway because I'm using Redux. Move a viewport state into a hook. This makes sense. Use viewport. So pen, this, all these things are gonna be inside this. So use viewport. We'll have it here, and then we are gonna be exporting everything from here. That is better. That is actually better for this particular section. Okay, how long has it been? Let's do it. What it is saying that right now what I have, that viewport, we have pen offset, we have scale offset. This is mainly used when we are actually zooming in and zooming out the canvas, and the next functionality or the next feature is the same that we are gonna be working on. Before that, it's better to restructure everything, otherwise we have 183 lines, it still should be lesser. Okay, so what it is asking us to do, that create a hook and wrap all these things, keep all these things inside a hook, export them from there. Simple. That simply means if I go to hooks, it's gonna be use viewport. So use viewport.tsx and a simple create a hook actually. So export default function use viewport. Is this fine? What should be the name? Yeah, that's fine. What should be the name? It should be viewport. Okay, this is just a normal hook that does what? That does nothing but it simply gets these states, keeps them inside this particular hook, and just simply returns them. So return pen offset, scale offset. Now what is pen offset, scale offset, and scale offset? We will be talking about this when I actually work on zoom in zoom out functionality. As for right now, let's just simply have these values: set pen offset, set scale, and set scale offset. That is it, pretty simple. Coming back to this now, what const and use a viewport just like this, and from there what I'm gonna get a first of all pen. Yeah, we are not really setting that, we are just simply getting that. So pen offset, we have scale, and we'll have scale offset here, no problem as such. Everything seems to be fine, so we should be able to draw. We should be able to draw. Yeah, that's right. This is great. What is context ref is not being used, so that is good. What is the next suggestion? Let's have a look at that. So we have gone through this extract text saving logic. This is what I actually wanted. So this doesn't belong to the component. Save a text shape, use a text shape.ts. shapes this dispatch and dispatch, but just now canvas becomes smaller. Okay, now that's great, but yeah, for doing this save text shape, what it does, it's a big one, so that's all right. I am happy to keep it inside out. So what it does, that it just simply a text editing state, then text editing state.value.trim, it just simply gets the text. After getting the text, it just simply checks whether it actually exists or not. Otherwise it just simply gives the value null and exits. Shape, ignore this for now, this is gonna be used later, but at the end of the day we are just simply setting the shape. We got the text, we are setting the shape. We got the previous values from where? Set shapes. So set shapes in the sense all the shapes we are getting here, we are destructuring them, we are creating a new shape altogether for the text. That is the, has the ID, has the type text, the text value. That text value is actually coming from text editing state value. When it comes to this text editing, this is the one. It is actually coming from use text editing, and that has just exporting this. Okay, never mind. Okay, coming back to this, we got X, we got Y, font size and all these things. Let's make it even better. Better in the sense, const, this text does not make any sense. In that case, what I'll do, from text editing state, I'm gonna get the text. Got it? I'm gonna get what? X. I'm gonna get Y. At least text editing state. It actually has the value, right? Text editing state should have the value. X, Y in value or text. Can I name it text? It will have X, it will have Y, it will have the text. In that case, text editing, in that case, let's just simply get rid of this all, and if I don't have the text, in that case I'm just simply gonna do this. X and Y are, they are definitely gonna be there, so no need to worry about them. And once this particular thing is done, even bit better, just simply trim. Network. Turns out I am just a minute. What is the name? Fast.com. This is not bad, I mean not good either, but okay. Yeah, coming back to this, what I was working on, I was working on this as for this text. So let's do one thing. What? Text editing state, I'm gonna be getting the text from here, and when I'm actually saving it, but that's gonna be problematic. Text dot trim, this is better. So text dot trim, if that does not exist, in that case return. If that exists, then okay, that's fine. We'll just simply go ahead like this. Or the better thing could be, the value was better earlier. The value that I had, that's not bad either. Why? Because this is gonna be the text editing, text or value. Okay. X, Y and the text, X, Y and the value. Value or text, what should I have it? Take the help of ChatGPT. What else? This is the only thing that's remaining. Which one is better? Both types have the same. Okay, to if this state is specifically for the text shape being called IDUs text, so okay, the text is better. And text editing, if you are using it as the value of the text area input while editing value is also reasonable. Recommended use the text. Yeah, as simple as that. Instead of constantly converting between value and text, shape.text, right? Yeah, that's fine. Keeping it text is better here, so I'm gonna keep the same. Coming back to this one, let's simplify the logic over here. Simplifying the logic means const text is actually gonna be equals to text editing state dot text dot string, just like this. Now if I don't have the text, I'm gonna return from here, not even returning from here. If I don't have the text, in that case set text editing state, that's actually gonna be null, so that text area disappears, and just gonna return from here. Hopefully this was sort of the same earlier as well. Let me see. Oh yeah, it was the same. Never mind. What the hell? Yeah, now it's fine. And what is the next thing that we can do? The next thing is that instead of having x, we can have that's bad. Text editing state. How about this? Now as I have the values over here, I can simply have them like this over here, and the job is done. Okay, now the question is, what am I doing and why am I doing? What am I doing? Save text shape. We are saving the text shape. That simply means getting the value from text editing shape state and then saving it. That can actually be done directly inside. Save text shape, cut it from here. And what I'll actually do, I'll go to use text editing. Let me keep it here. Many errors, I know, but I'm gonna be happy with this. And save text shape is going to be exported, returned ultimately. Coming back to this, we need to have a set of shapes. Congratulations, we don't have it. Use text editing, set shapes. So over here we need to pass set shapes. Set shapes. What is gonna be the type? Dispatch. Arey bhai. Dispatch. Set state action. What is the type here? The type. That makes sense. Once I got the previous values, then this UUID before. Array. Now few more things. First of all, import v4 as UUID v4 from UUID. That is done. Let's get dispatch. Well, this dispatch needs to be from Redux toolkit. In that case, const dispatch, and that's actually gonna be use app dispatch. Okay, this is better. I can keep it here. And apart from this particular thing, I need set tool. That's easy. And set text editing state null. Font size and all, I'm just gonna have it here directly, because at the end the font size and all these things we are directly gonna be getting from where? We'll be getting them from Redux toolkit, not Redux toolkit, state and all. So for now, let's do one thing. Font size, that's gonna be 20. Const font family, that's gonna be array. Font family, that's gonna be Arial, just for right now. Okay, later we'll make it better. Good stuff. Okay, as for this thing, why we need it here, this can be done later. First of all, here we are just simply saving the shape. Apart from saving the shape, if text id, if that already exists, in that case, blah 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 blah. This will be used when we need to rechange. Forget about change. We need to change the text that we wrote earlier. So at that time, whenever we are saving, if the idea already exists there, in that case we'll just simply update the current shape. So that is why we have it here. Later we'll uncomment it and we'll see what happens. Okay, so now coming back to this, say now one more thing, handle parent pointer. Okay, when we click outside, the it needs to be done. So in that case, I need to export one more thing, that is set what save text shape. So okay, that's done. Text editing value is not present, that's actually gonna be text. Font size and all these things, that's fine as well. Adjust width and height of the text area, that is good stuff. This should be text. Let's see what the AI says right now. Our code is only 140 line long. Wow, we made it. We don't have a lot of stuff here. Dispatch is not needed. One more line lesser. Images URLs are needed. One more line lesser. Even we don't need this. We are gonna be getting rid out of this. We don't even need this. So lesser lines of code, the better that is. The lesser the better. Now it makes even sense. We have use shapes. Inside this we have all the shapes. Use canvas size. What we are doing, everything related to resizing the canvas. Views viewport, we are getting pan scale and all. We have used text editing, where we have the logic related to the text editing, and we have used canvas drawing. In here we have all the logic for drawing the stuff. We have used image upload, we are uploading the image, and then we have handle key down, that just needs to be here. Is that so? So handle key down, where is this used? Text editor, yeah, it actually needs to be here. There's no way back. Yeah, it needs to be here, never mind. And apart from this particular thing, handle point position, that is also right. Then we have this and we have this. Select image, this just simply gets clicked. Can I keep it outside? If selected tool is this, so we have use up image upload, right? So what it does, that it has the dispatch, it just handle image input change. So whenever the input changes, handle input change. And the next, come on, this one, what this one does, image input current, image input is already here, so simply means I cannot keep it in another component. That is okay, this is even better. Are there more suggestions? No, not anymore. Use the text shape, that move text area R2 resize into a hook. Text area auto resize into a hook. Extract this and use texture. That's what we've done, that use text I named it text editing, and then we have save text. Okay, this should be use text shape. The name is wrong here, not use text editing. Am I crazy? Use text shape, right? Use a text shape, and then we'll export text editing, this text save text. I'm crazy. Just a minute. Save text shape we have here, and text editing state we have. Set text editing state and save text, where we are actually saving the text, and at the end this is use text editing, use text shape. I'm going crazy. What could be that? Is this a better name? Just a minute. Is the name of the hook right, or can it have a better name? Used is good name for this hook. The hook is one for managing the text editing, saving the text. Okay, seems to be right. Alright. A few alternative names depending on how you evolve it. Use text editing, use text editor. That's fine. Text editing, text editor. If the hook goes to and keyboard, okay. Fine. There can be many names, but for now this is more than enough. Apart from this particular thing, what else can be there? Then move text area R2 resize into a hook. Don't we have that inside a hook already? This section. It is telling me that, bro, this whole logic that you have here, you have inside a use effect, have it inside a hook. The question is how? What are we doing right now? We have text area ref already, so if we keep it inside a hook, and if we pass text area ref and the context, ultimately canvas ref, and if we just pass these two things, canvas ref and text area ref, that should not be problematic, and we will be able to change the style of this text editor because we have the reference variable for that. The question is, what should be the hook? We have viewport, shapes, we have image, we have canvas, we have drawing, we have. It can be used text editing. Text area belongs to that only. Yeah, that can be that. So use text area resize.ts. Actually, text area resize. Okay. Use text area resize. It's all about keeping the logic separate. Use text area resize. Later, if we find a better way, we will switch to that. As for right now, the main goal is that our main canvas file should not have a lot of code. So we are just simply text area resize, and we are gonna be doing nothing but use that particular hook here. So we'll definitely have to pass some values here, but cut and paste. Now few things. First of all, it needs to be installed. Text editing state. Text editing state. So let's just simply start getting them. We need to have text editing state. On the basis of that thing, we'll get the job done. We need to have text area ref. We need to have canvas ref. We need to have font size, though this is not, font size is not directly required because we can get it directly from Redux, so that's fine. Even line height multiplier, that is also not needed, so we can take it easy. As for right now, this much is fine, and as for font size, that's gonna be 20. I'm gonna be getting it later directly. Font family, that's gonna be Arial all the time, and const line height multiplier, that's gonna be 1.2. Fine. It doesn't have the type, right? So let's give it the type. Type is gonna be use text area resize props, just like this. Can I just simply copy this all, paste it here, and text editing state, text editing state, what all it will have this stuff. Ref, text area ref, canvas rendering this. No, that's wrong. Text area ref, this is not a context, right? This is just a reference variable, so it should be ref object, and it is on what? It is on text area element. So html text area element, canvas, this is again gonna be a ref object, and I think the values are actually gonna be null, like they can have null values as well. Ref object html canvas element, and let me give it the type. Okay, seems to be alright. It's time to use it. So if I go here, use image upload, just below that const, just use it, use text area resize, it needs to have some values, so that's gonna be what? Canvas ref, text area ref, and text editing state. Now the question is, where are those values? Canvas ref, it is here, probably it is at the top. Null is not assignable as expected, so let them come on here, this and this, they are gonna be accepting the null as well. Done. Text editing state, bad. Text editing state, this should have been the first one, and this can be this or what? This should have been the first value here. Anyway, but the question is, the sequence doesn't really matter. Null is not assignable, so this text editing state, this is the one. Use text editing, this is the state that we have. It can actually be null, so in that particular case we'd better specify it here as well, that okay, it can be this or it can be null as well at the end. Now all errors are gone, and the logic is even simpler, just 100 lines of code, or I mean around, it's not exactly. Let's see if we have some more suggestions. Extract the tool logic, okay, then did this, create use image tool, la I don't think I need to do it. Yeah, just for this much I'm gonna create another component, what, hooker, create editor store hooker, editor store hook. Later we need to create many hooks like this one. Yeah, that's right, we are in a copy. These are just reductions. Okay, and we need to canvas texture input. Let me give this code and see what is such. This is definitely cleaner than the original version. The main thing I noticed now, its canvas is still acting as the editor coordinate, which is okay. I wouldn't aggressively more logic out just for the sake of smaller files. A few improvements, I'd extract text properties. You still have do I still have, literally? Sorry, I should not have them here. If I actually get rid of them, then I don't need to remove them because at the end I'm gonna be using Redux, so no need to worry about that. Extract image tool, it is again telling me that create image tool. Oh, that's bad, yaar. Use image tool. Move keyboard logic into text hooker. Handle key down. Move keyboard logic into text hook. Use text editing. Okay. Extract canvas hook. If this, then this, then this. This is editor behavior. So handle canvas pointer down. Use canvas interactions. For the seriously, it will make me create so many hooks today. Consider single editor state hook. Editor, use editor. Which internally combines. Use shape. La. Oh my god, it's gonna drive me crazy. Biggest improvement, right now you have shapes around and everywhere. Use this. Bro, I'm okay with this much. Literally, do not make me do anything. Shapes, use image upload, use text editing. Overall 8 by 10. It is even rating me. I would stop extracting things once you reach something like this. You know what? I'm gonna stop extracting right now because whatever I've done, that is more than enough. The canvas is here, text editor is here, input is here, and what select tool. Whenever a tool is selected, it just simply we have what we have use image upload. Okay, so image upload just simply does one thing. Later we may just simply keep it inside this only. We may change the name of use image upload. It could be use image.ts, and then we can keep the hook inside this as well. For now, that's okay. This doesn't really do much. Let's see. Alrighty, this thing is done. Handle pointer simple. This is also simple. Now if I want to move it, later it can be moved inside image. Use image hook. As for handle pointer, so I'm not sure where to keep it. Handle key down, and they are not really big ones, so I can no doubt have them here. And here we are. I mean, whatever we had to do, we have done it, and it seems to be overall fine. Yeah. Alright, everybody. So the structuring is done, formatting is done. Now what is the next feature? The next feature is this. Excalidraw.com. Arey bhai. Excalidraw.com. So this is the math of creating this. Like this is how you calculate how this diagonal is what a diamond is drawn. This is how you calculate how circle is just in the middle. These are some of the formulas. Ignore them. Even I have more. Like if you actually go here. Here you are gonna be getting some more formulas. They are used actually in this particular project only, but let's not worry about them. What we are actually gonna do, we are gonna work on this particular functionality, that we should be able to zoom in, we should be able to zoom out, doesn't matter where we click. So on the basis of that, so this is gonna be the second important stuff here. So that is something that's gonna be done very soon. Until then, bye bye. I'm gonna be catching up soon, probably after half an hour, and then we'll start working on this particular functionality. Once done, Then we will work on select, and once select is done, then we will work on this properties section. Once this is done, then we will work on the probably this section as well. Probably when that section is also done, we will work on multiplayer. Like we'll first of all save the shapes in the database, and then you will use WebSocket to just so that many people can join the same room and just draw. So there's a long way to go, and even then we will probably add voice section as well. Like okay, people should be able to talk to each other. Probably we'll add video. We'll add a tool for video as well, so that you can, apart from the images, you can even add the video here. And not only that, you can even talk to the people in the same room using the video. Yeah, we can do that. We are gonna be using WebRTC for that. So turns out there's a lot to do. I'm gonna be catching up soon. Until then, bye bye, take care, and see you soon.